Hello students, in this lecture I will explain the efficiency of a transformer and we will also derive the condition for a maximum efficiency and we will also derive the value of current at which maximum efficiency occurs and also the kVA at which we will obtain the maximum efficiency. And in the last we will also see what is all day efficiency. So talking about the efficiency, as we all know, efficiency can be defined as output upon input. And in case of transformer, it can be defined as output power upon input power. So as we know, the output power of a transformer is V2 into I2 cos phi 2, and the input power can be written as equal to output power plus losses. So denominator can be written as output power plus losses, and losses are of two types as we know, coal losses and iron loss. Coal losses and the copper losses. So in this formula we have PC is the total copper losses, that is I2 square into Re2. Pi is the total iron losses or core losses, and V2I2 is the output VA, and cos phi 2 is the load power factor. As we all know that transformer is a static device, it is therefore will not have any rotational losses such as frictional and windage losses which occur in other electrical machines. Okay, so that's why the efficiency of a transformer is very high. In case it can be around 98% if it is perfectly designed. Okay, so now we will derive the condition for maximum efficiency. So here I want to add one more thing. In most of the Viva questions or interview questions, it can be asked that why the efficiency of a transformer is higher as compared to the other electrical machine. So we can say that as the transformer is a static device and it does not have any frictional and windage losses as compared to the other electrical machine, that's why its efficiency is higher. So now we will derive the condition for maximum efficiency. The condition at which maximum efficiency will occur. So as per equation 1, we are seeing that efficiency is depending upon this I2, where I2 is the load current. Okay, and we all know that it is vary throughout the operation of the transformer. Okay, so as we know that if the I2 equal to 0, the efficiency will also be equal to 0, or as the I2 will tends to increase, the efficiency will also tends to increase. Okay, but at a certain period of time when it reaches to a maximum efficiency, means this point known as the maximum efficiency. After that point, if we further increase the current or the load on the transformer, then this the curve will go downwards, so that the efficiency will now decrease. So when we are plotting this, we can see that this is a curve. With curve, we will achieve the maximum efficiency point. The maximum efficiency point is achieved at a particular load or a particular current. That current is known to be I2M. That is the current at which maximum efficiency occurs. Once we will reach this point, the the efficiency will start decreasing. Okay, this can be seen from the equation 1. So to obtain this condition of maximum efficiency, we will take the equation number 1, and as we know, for a condition of maximum efficiency we always differentiate and put equal to 0. So if we differentiate the equation number 1 with respect to I2, because I2 is a variable quantity here, as we know the V2 is constant, cos phi 2 is constant for a particular load. Okay, so I2 is variable, so we will differentiate the efficiency with respect to I2 and put it equal to 0, the condition, the equation which we will obtain is known as the condition for maximum efficiency. So for our easier calculation, we will do what is that we will differentiate the denominator. Why? Because we know that if the denominator is minimum, then the efficiency is maximum. So we will differentiate the denominator with respect to I2 and put it equal to 0 to obtain the condition for minimum denominator. So when we will put this denominator equal to 0, that is the differentiation of denominator with respect to, that is V2 cos phi 2 into I2 Re2 over Pi into I2, then we can say that is equal to, as V2 I2 is the first we will do one thing more here. I can write there as the efficiency equation is V2 I2 cos phi 2 divided by V2 I2 cos phi 2 plus Pi, that is iron losses, and copper losses is equal to I2 square into Re2. We will just divide the numerator and denominator by I2. So V2 into cos phi 2 divided by V2 into cos phi 2 plus Pi by I2 plus I2 into Re2. Okay, now we will differentiate this denominator. Now differentiate this with respect to I2 and put it equal to 0. So the condition which we will obtain will be the condition for minimum value of the denominator. And when this denominator is minimum, it means the efficiency is maximum. Okay, so we will differentiate with respect to I2, that is V2 into cos phi 2 into I2 Re2 plus Pi into I2. As V2 into cos phi 2, there is no I2 term, that it will be equal to 0. Differentiate. Similarly, its differentiation will be equal to Re2 and its differentiation will be equal to Pi over I2 square minus. So put it equal to 0, we will obtain this condition. So this condition is equal to Pi equal to I2 square Re2, which means this is the iron losses and this is the copper losses. So we can say that for maximum efficiency of a transformer, iron loss will be equal to the copper loss. Okay, so iron loss will be equal to the copper loss. And to check whether this condition is obtained for minimum, we will just double differentiate this equation and we will check if it is greater than 0. That means it is the condition for minimum. Okay, so we can now conclude here that for the transformer maximum efficiency of a transformer, iron losses will be equal to copper losses. Okay, this is the condition for maximum. Now we will derive the value of current and kVA at maximum efficiency. Okay, the value of current and kVA at maximum efficiency. That is, what is the value of current at this maximum efficiency, or what is the value of current when current losses iron losses is equal to the copper losses. Okay, so for that we will assume that I2FL is the full load secondary side current, I2M is the secondary side current at maximum efficiency, SFL is V2 into I2FL, that is full load VA or the rated VA, and V2 into I2M is the VA at maximum efficiency. Okay, so as we know that maximum efficiency is equal to variable copper losses equal to the constant iron losses, and it can be written as, in term of above notations, that I2M square into Re2 equal to Pi. Okay, so we can also write here from that I2M square equal to Pi by Re2. And if we multiply the numerator and the denominator by I2FL square, then we can derive that I2M is equal to Pi by Re2 whole under root, and here Pi into Re2 into I2FL square, and outside we have I2F. That is this condition, and this is the copper losses at full load. Okay, so the current at which maximum efficiency occurs will be equal to the product of full load current, that is I2FL, into under root of constant iron losses divided by full load copper losses. Okay. Similarly, we can derive the value of kVA at maximum efficiency. For that, we will just multiply this equation by V2. Multiply this equation by V2. When we will multiply this equation by V2, that LHS will become V2 into I2M and RHS will become V2 into I2F into under root of Pi by PCF, where V2 into I2M will be equal to Sm. V2 into I2M can be written as Sm, that is the kVA at maximum efficiency, and V2 into I2FL can be written as S into FL, that is the full load kVA or the rated kVA. So this equation, that is Sm equal to SFL under root Pi by PCFL, is the equation for kVA or the VA at maximum efficiency. Okay, so from this we can derive the formula of maximum efficiency, which can be written as V2 is constant, I2 will be replaced by I2M, cos phi 2 particular load it will be constant, divided by V2 into I2M, because we are calculating the efficiency at maximum efficiency, into cos phi 2 plus I2M square into Re2, that is the copper losses at full load, plus Pi. Okay, and because at maximum efficiency these both are equal, and it can be written as 2 into Pi. Okay, 2 into Pi. Now point to be noted here that many of the students done mistake here, that they write instead of 2Pi they write 2Pc, which is wrong. Why? Because Pc is a variable quantity and Pi is a constant quantity. So if we are talking about the maximum efficiency, it means that maximum efficiency will occur when copper loss will become to the iron losses. Okay, no, this is not the possible that the iron losses will go to the copper losses, because the iron losses will remain constant throughout the operation, but the copper losses will vary. Okay, so if we say that copper losses is equal to 1200 watt and iron losses is equal to 800 watt, then the efficiency will be maximum when copper losses will equal to 800 watt. Okay, not the iron loss will become 1200 watt. Okay, this will be the wrong. So keep in mind this type of mistake. Okay, so one more formula here we have derived that the above equations which we have derived till equation number 5 are for the rated load calculations when we have given the full load current or the rated load. If we have to calculate the efficiency of a transformer at any other load, suppose that other load is equal to X, means X is equal to given load by full load. What is it mean? It means that suppose that we have given 50% of load. So for 50% of load, X will be equal to 50% divided by 100%, means 1 by 2, okay, or 0.5. So X is the factor which defined the ratio of given load upon full load. So due to this X, the formula will be changed. This X will be multiplied in the numerator and this X also will be multiplied in this copper losses form. Okay. So at any other load, the efficiency will be equal to X into rated VA into cos phi 2 and divided by X into rated VA cos phi 2 plus X square PCFL plus P, where X is the given load upon full load. Okay. Now next is the efficiency curves. Efficiency curves of a transformer. Efficiency curve of a transformer is very important from if we see the performance point of view of the transformer. Efficiency curve will tell us about the behavior of the efficiency of the transformer at different loading conditions. Okay. So if we draw the efficiency curve as we have seen in figure 1 also, it will be in this shape. Okay. So if we see the condition for maximum efficiency, the condition for maximum efficiency is Pi equal to iron losses equal to copper losses full load, or we can say that it is equal to I2M square into Re2. Now we can see here that the condition for maximum efficiency will only depend upon this. Okay. Or we can say that this condition of maximum efficiency is depending upon the load current. Okay, the current at which it occurs. It does not depends upon the cos phi or the power factor. But the value of efficiency, if we go to the formula of maximum efficiency, we will see that it is depending upon the power factor. So from these two, we can say that the value of maximum efficiency for a particular load will change for different power factor conditions. Okay, but the point at which or the current at which maximum efficiency is obtained will remain same. मतलब अगर मैं सिंपल भाषा में बोलूं कि ट्रांसफॉर्मर की मैक्सिमम एफिशिएंसी जो हमें मिलेगी, चाहे मैं लोड को सेम रखूं बट उसकी नेचर चेंज करता जाऊं, उसे लीडिंग बना दूं मोर या लैगिंग बना दूं या यूनिटी बना दूं, पर उसकी करंट की वैल्यू को अगर मैं सेम रखता हूं तो उस सेम करंट की वैल्यू पे ही मेरे को हमेशा मैक्सिमम एफिशिएंसी मिलेगी. ठीक है, बट उस मैक्सिमम एफिशिएंसी की जो वैल्यू होगी वो डिपेंड करेगी पावर फैक्टर. ठीक है, तो यूनिटी पावर फैक्टर पे मुझे मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ एफिशिएंसी मिलेगी. जैसे जैसे पावर फैक्टर कम होता जाएगा वैसे वैसे मैक्सिमम एफिशिएंसी की वैल्यू कम होती जाएगी. पर जिस भी पॉइंट पे ये मैक्सिमम एफिशिएंसी मिलेगी उस पॉइंट पे जो करंट होगा वो सेम रहेगा. I2M will remain same, but the value of maximum efficiency will change. Okay, and it will be the maximum when इट इज यूनिटी पावर फैक्टर। ठीक है, ये आपको ध्यान रखना। इट कैन बी आस्क्ड इन इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन कि हाउ द मैक्सिमम एफिशिएंसी ऑफ अ ट्रांसफार्मर डिपेंड्स अपॉन द पावर फैक्टर। So it can be simply answered as the maximum efficiency of a transformer will occur at unity power factor for same loading. Okay. Now last is the all day efficiency. It is simpler. The all day efficiency means basically this efficiency is calculated in case of distribution transformers. Okay. That transformers which are used in distribution network. Okay. If we take if we calculate the energy output of a transformer for throughout the one day, that is for 24 hours, and then we will calculate the output energy over input energy for 24 hours, that efficiency will known as the all day efficiency. ओके, या सिंपली वी कैन से दैट अगर कोई एक ट्रांसफार्मर है उसको हमने 24 घंटे के लिए यूज किया और उस 24 घंटे के दौरान कुछ देर के लिए वो नो लोड कंडीशन में रहा, कुछ देर के लिए वो रेटेड कंडीशन में रहा, कुछ देर के लिए वो हाफ लोड कंडीशन में रहा, कुछ देर के लिए वो ओवरलोड कंडीशन में रहा। ठीक है, तो पूरे 24 घंटे के ड्यूरेशन में उसके ऊपर जो लोड का वेरिएशन हुआ, उस लोड वेरिएशन के कारण जो भी एनर्जी आउटपुट आया क्योंकि जैसे लोड वेरी करेगा एनर्जी आउटपुट वेरी करेगी, तो पर्टिकुलर फॉर दैट ड्यूरेशन जो एनर्जी आउटपुट आया, तो 24 घंटे के लोडिंग कंडीशंस का अगर हमारे पास अवेलेबल है किसी ट्रांसफार्मर का, तो हम उसकी ऑल डे एफिशिएंसी कैलकुलेट कर पाएंगे। ठीक है, तो ऑल डे एफिशिएंसी कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे? पूरे 24 घंटे की साइकिल के एनर्जी आउटपुट कैलकुलेट करेंगे डिवाइडेड बाय पूरे 24 घंटे के साइकिल की एनर्जी इनपुट कैलकुलेट करेंगे। कैसे? आउटपुट प्लस एनर्जी लॉसेस ड्यूरिंग दैट 24 आवर्स। ठीक है, तो वो 24 आवर्स में जो भी लॉसेस हुए वो, तो इसमें हमें ध्यान क्या रखना है कि पूरे 24 घंटे के दौरान ट्रांसफार्मर चाहे नो लोड कंडीशन पे हो, चाहे फुल लोड कंडीशन पे हो, चाहे किसी भी लोडेड कंडीशन पे हो, आयरन लॉसेस चेंज नहीं होंगे। आयरन लॉसेस वही रहेंगे, जो भी चेंज आएगा हमारा कॉपर लॉसेस। ठीक है, so this is all about the efficiency of a transformer. Hope you have understood the topic and now you can able to understand and able to explain the various terminologies related with the efficiency of the transformer. So these are the references which we have taken, that is the P.S. Rimra and the Ashfaq Hussain. So you can go through that also. Okay, so thank you.